Welcome to Drinking Bros, presented by GhostBed.com. Live from the newsroom in Austin, Texas, here's Drinkin Bros Fake News. Yeah, that intro is nice. That is really nice. I'd say I get a call from my mom. She was watching the show. I don't know why you do it, Mom. I love you, but you're probably hearing too much about our lives. But she goes, did Hans Zimmer really call and send a lawsuit? Like, I really like that jingle. And I go, Mom, that's not real. That's not fucking real. She honestly believed that was Hans Zimmer who let us hum a theme song from week to week. Now we've got a professional one, damn it. Because we're real live news people.
Well, that one was written by Corky from Life Goes On, though.
Was it?
You know, the waterhead.
Oh, big fan of his.
Yeah, he's still alive, by the way. Still cranking him out.
Is he really?
Not like movies and shit, but he's still doing stuff.
God damn it, man. He was in the Standing Outside the Fire video for Garth Brooks.
Is that the same kid?
Greatest music video ever produced. You cannot top it. The only one I can put ahead of it is maybe November Rain, and that's it. Just because I don't know how the girl died at the end.
AIDS.
Jesse says electrocution. I don't buy that.
I'm pretty sure it was AIDS.
I think it was just jumping through the birthday cake too hard, or the wedding cake too hard.
Well, they used that molded, whatever the fuck it's called. Like it's.
So you're saying the cake wasn't soft, and she ran right into a brick wall of a cake?
No, it's not like brick, but it's thicker and more like all those cake wars, and they build these stupid ass things. You can't eat that shit.
Yeah.
Like parts of wedding cake on the sides and stuff that are huge, you can't eat. I mean, you can technically, but it doesn't taste good.
Yeah, you can. That's a show, by the way, where they make those cake wars.
Yeah, that's why I said it.
I watched the Domino thing last night for the first time. I was unaware that was a show.
Domino?
Yeah, it was on ABC. It was hosted by Eric Stone Street from Modern Family.
I don't know who that is.
He's the fat gay guy. Plays the fat gay guy in the show. He's not gay in real life.
Yeah,
right. But he's got a catchphrase at the end of it when they push the dominoes. And he goes, "It's topple time."
Oh, so it's like that show where they built, what do you call it, sandcastles and shit?
Correct.
Like
Yep. And they have different teams, and then they work on it for like days of their life just to push over one domino that connects like 50 million of them together.
Really stupid.
I got sucked in with my kid last night. You know, I watched. It's topple time, kids. Let's start the news, shall we? Big day. Russia has an issue with morale and friendly fire. Can we say allegedly now with all these Russia stories?
Yeah, I mean, this is coming from Jeremy Fleming, who's the director of the United Kingdom's intelligence agency, so MI6.
You think he's a liar or no?
I think they're full of shit, yeah. The British kind of invented foreign intelligence operations like this, so yeah.
Hence James Bond and I would say the fandom of that whole franchise.
Yeah, I mean it's in the not just James Bond, but what's the new one?
Oh, the Kingsman.
Yeah,
the Kingsman. Yeah.
Everybody's obsessed with intelligence agencies, but MI6 has shown itself to be pretty adept at lying because that's kind of their job. But yeah, this one says that Russian forces in Ukraine are struggling with low morale, leading some soldiers to refuse to carry out orders.
I've also heard they were killing themselves.
No.
So that's not true either?
Some people allegedly were shooting themselves and to avoid fighting. American soldiers did that in Vietnam, so it's not like... Yeah, that's a thing that happens sometimes. People refuse orders sometimes. That's also a thing that happens sometimes. That's cool.
Yeah, with all of this, because it keeps going back and forth depending upon who you want to believe. And I know the media is pushing this narrative of they're great. Ukraine is fighting their asses off and they're winning and they're pushing back and Russia's going to have a ceasefire. And literally, as the woman on CNN was saying this the other night, a bomb went through a fucking building right behind her, and I was just like,
well, yeah, I mean, Russia hasn't stopped bombing areas despite the fact that they're in negotiations in Istanbul right now. They're continuing to bomb shit.
So can you confirm that there actually is negotiations in Istanbul going on?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a matter of public
So that's
record,
true?
Yeah.
I feel like with all this shit, we have to go, wait, is that true or is that false? Is that...
yeah, there's the third option of not believing anything any of these cunts say, and that's the one I choose. That's why I'm right on most of this stuff so frequently. Like right now, people have been talking for the last 2 weeks about how Russia's losing and blah, 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 how they haven't been able to take Kiev and blah, blah, blah. Never wanted to, by the way. They don't fight wars that way. At the outset, I said they were going to get Donetsk and Luhansk because they have huge natural gas resources. I think that was on fake news, like 5 or 6 fake newses ago. Mm-hmm. And try to solidify their coastal fucking presence as well, and then that'll be pretty much the end of it.
Okay.
The NATO stuff is kind of it's almost like a red herring now. I think any pressure would have forced Zelensky to not join NATO, not a full-scale invasion. And to be honest, there's a decent chance that Putin could have avoided a full-scale invasion by doing the stuff he's doing now, like making Germany pay for its energy in rubles, for example. By the way, all of the sanctions that we put on Russia, one, none of the oligarchs are openly calling for Putin's replacement. Mm-hmm. Not one motherfucker.
Right.
And then two, and they're not going to now after Abramovich probably got poisoned a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, they're telling all the delegates not to eat or drink anything at these meetings.
Yeah, you should never do that in Russia, but or anywhere around Russians, or anywhere if you're working in the intelligence community. What the fuck is wrong with you? But anyways, the second thing is the sanctions have done nothing there, and the ruble is back to its pre-war level.
Correct.
Now.
Yep.
So you've done nothing. Congratulations.
So with the ruble itself, that you can at least look up and be like, all right, great. Numbers, facts, here it is. The rest of this, I don't know. Like this anonymous NATO official who said that the organization believes between 7,000 and 15,000 Russian soldiers have been killed. Nearly 3 times that number have been wounded or captured. Is that true? That seems like a lot of fucking people.
That's probably inflated a little bit by 30 or 40%, if I had to guess, just based on how Ukraine's fucking foreign intelligence agencies work.
Okay.
Right? And how foreign intelligence agencies in the Eastern Bloc work in general. It's like how, in college, if a girl says she's fucked 1 dude, it's 3 dudes. And if a guy says he's fucked 3 girls, it's 1 girl. Like the gorilla math.
Yeah.
There. It's kind of like that with these people. They're trying to posture and shit and make Russia look bad. And the Western media is helping them. When Russia starts to pull back from Kiev and Lviv like they're doing right now, it's like, oh, they're going to regroup because they're fucking getting their asses kicked. Like, no, they've successfully taken the 2 regions in the east that they wanted to, and now they're in negotiations where they're going to keep those and fucking keep Ukraine out of NATO. But Russia is completely winning this war.
But here's the wild thing about it: the media will report that Ukraine won after the peace deals are over, and they'll say this. They'll say, hey. The peace talks happened because of all of these Russian soldiers that were dying and everything else.
They'll also say that he wasn't able to take over Kiev and Lviv with the assumption that he wanted to, although he stated repeatedly that he didn't, right? And then none of his actions showed that he wanted to. He surrounded the capital city and one of their other fucking capital provinces to make sure that there is pressure on local fucking government and the parliamentary government, right? To say, hey, Zelensky, you need to go fucking negotiate. Because if all these patrician dudes, these elected officials are just kind of hanging out at home, unaffected by the war in the East, there's a lot less likely chance that they're going to pressure Zelensky into capitulating.
Right.
This is classical fucking 20th, 19th, 18th century siege warfare, and he's doing it that way because that's how Russia fights. It's not because they're fucking losing.
Yeah, and on the other side of this media battle, you have Russia, who is yet to update their official figures. So they still have 498 killed and 1,597 wounded.
I don't think Russia cares what anybody else thinks, to be honest. They know, a couple of things are going on. Some of our intelligence intercepts, if you believe them, suggest that Putin's being lied to by a lot of his generals about conditions on the ground. Now, that's very believable because our generals did that to our administrations over the last 20 years too, right? Like we think we're better than them. No.
But don't you have to say that?
I mean, it's propaganda.
Yeah.
But I don't think propaganda helps in this situation. If you're propagandizing in a proxy war, then, man, that's like layers of bullshit. It doesn't make any sense to me. We shouldn't be in a fucking proxy war in the first place. Ukraine should be handling its own fucking business.
Well, like, for example, when you were overseas, did they ever tell you shit that you were like, that your superiors and you guys turned to each other and you were like, man, that sounds like fucking bullshit?
Yeah, all the time.
And what do you do in that case?
You do your job, but you tell them it's bullshit. and then you get reprimanded later for it.
Is it one guy?
Usually somebody just blames it on the next pro. That's what command said. Like, well, you're the commander.
Yeah, right.
Well, I'm talking about the Pentagon. I'm like, all right, cool. Can you get them on the phone? Because I don't think what we're doing here really matters.
Yeah. Yeah, which is why some of this seems real, some of it doesn't. Where like the Russian soldiers shooting themselves and shit like that, probably true.
Yeah,
There's
I mean,
probably a few of them who are like, dude, I want to go the fuck home.
There's some evidence that John Kerry shot himself at the leg to get his third Purple Heart and get out of Vietnam.
No
Right?
shit.
Yeah, you don't remember the Swift boat veterans for Bush or whatever
Yeah,
the fuck?
yeah.
They had some pretty compelling evidence that was the case. That guy's a piece of shit, John Kerry.
John Kerry. He's still at it, dude.
Yeah,
He's still in there.
He's still the White House and a federal judge just recently blocked Freedom of Information Requests Act to get his travel records to see how many private jets he's taken all around the world and this climate change fucking the mission he's on.
It's crazy.
The federal government just blocked it. So we'll see if that ever comes out.
Yeah, we'll find out. Lastly, I want to ask you about this Russian just did a conscripts an additional 135,000 dudes and left Chernobyl because of radiation. So that story's been everywhere as well.
The second part of that's really funny. I had Michael Shermer, he's a science historian on the show last week, but he's best known for running Skeptic Magazine. Mm-hmm. And he was like, today on Twitter, broke it down in a super funny way. Like, had you guys not heard about Chernobyl?
Yeah, that's what it's like, dude, we've all heard about Chernobyl.
Yeah, it was like fucking 35 years ago,
Did you think it was fine just to roll around through there now like it just went away?
Like, you've got nukes. It's not like you're fucking some weird country in sub-Saharan Africa that doesn't have a physics department at your university.
Yeah.
You have nuclear weapons. You don't understand how long radiation lasts, you stupid bitch.
That's what I can't figure out
The conscription thing is probably what happened is they sent out our version of a selective service memo to a certain group of males, like a draft list, and it's a random numbers and shit like that. They get assigned to, or sometimes it's based on birthday, and put them in like individual ready reserve or something like that. I doubt they've taken them off the streets of Russia and put them into training and shit, because that wouldn't make sense. This conflict is coming to a close soon, so what the fuck would be the point of that? I mean, that's probably just for show.
So, best guess, how long does this go on for?
Well, it would have been over by now if the West would stay out of it, because Ukraine would have given Russia everything it wanted, and that would have been the end of it. But probably another 2 months, if I had to guess.
Okay, because I think we're somewhere in the 50s as far as days go now.
Yeah.
Which to Russia, not long for them, obviously. They don't give a shit.
And Ukraine, the longer Ukraine and Zelensky's administration stays exposed, the more people are growing to hate them. Like right now, a lot of people in the U.S. press and politics are talking about Mariupol and how they're fighting back hard and they're going to retake Mariupol, and fucking Putin's army is fucking blowing up civilian targets in Mariupol. Well, Mariupol is the city controlled by fucking Nazis. Not Nazis the way that Antifa calls somebody who doesn't believe there's 95 genders a Nazi. Actual Nazis with Nazi symbols on their shit who call themselves Nazis, right?
Right.
That whole city, Mariupol, is controlled by those assholes. And finally, some of the mainstream media is talking about it, about how, it might be dangerous to give a bunch of weapons to Nazis. Like, you don't fucking say, bro. Finally, that's coming out. And then the other part is now we have these videos of Russian soldiers Ukrainian soldiers pulling Russian POWs out of the back of a van and just fucking pow, pow, just shoot them in the leg and just letting them fucking bleed out there. So, not a good look.
No, not sweet at all.
And just to remind everyone, Ukraine is not a democracy, never has been, probably won't ever be. It is called a hybrid country. Look it up, you stupid bitches. I'm tired of hearing about that shit.
Why, people have been coming after you for that?
Now and then, yeah.
Yeah.
Adam Kinzinger said Putin was retreating. Adam Kinzinger wouldn't know a military plan if it fucking came up and blasted its load on its face. You know what I mean? That guy's a fucking idiot.
Speaking of idiots, next up, Hunter Biden's finally in some hot water. This took long enough.
I don't think he's dumb. I just think he's a fucking crackhead. That's not the same thing. Like, crackheads make bad decisions.
It's about, like, I'd love to see his SAT scores before all this started, before the crack. You know, see what kind of student he was. Maybe his ACTs. if he was going to an Ivy League school. I don't know where he went for undergrad, but
Did he go to the University of Delaware?
Not sure. Not sure where his place of business was.
He went to Georgetown and then Yale Law.
Jesus Christ.
Well, when your dad is a fucking senator for 90 years, you can do whatever you want.
I understand that, but you still have to do the work there. Like Georgetown and Yale is no joke.
George W. Bush.
No dummy.
He's an idiot.
You think they just gave him a degree?
Yes.
That seems crazy, Dan. Who would do that? Who would do that out there?
George W. Bush went to
Harvard.
Harvard.
Oh, was it Yale?
He went to Yale for undergrad, and then he went to Harvard for his business.
Yeah.
For business.
I went to both.
He went to Skull and Bones, bro. He went to fucking Yale.
Yeah, I look, but he went to Harvard. Why would you go to your arch rival after that? I don't understand that.
I don't think it's really like a rival. Like
It is. They fucking hate each other. They have knife fights.
You're thinking
every Sunday they have knife fights.
This is poor brain. It's Harvard, Yale. All right, their arch rivals are poor people.
Yeah.
All right, but go to fucking Columbia or something.
Now, Yale's got like, you can't stay at Yale for business school. Harvard MBA sounds better first, and second, Yale's got the super gay thing going on.
Sure.
It's super gay over there.
Or
like their version of Skull and Bones is all peeing on each other and sucking each other's dicks and shit.
And that's fine. Like whatever, man.
You can do what you want. Just don't pretend like you're not doing it.
Sure. But I think also if you have both of those on your resume, if you banged it like that and had Yale and Harvard, it's a big flex where you're like, fuck you. Where'd you go, Harvard or Yale? Both, motherfucker.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like if somebody told me, let's say a fat dude with no legs told me he used to play in the NBA, I'd be like, all right, cool, dude. Well, you don't need more, you fat, no-legged bitch. And just because George W. Bush went to Harvard and Yale doesn't mean he's smart. He's a fucking retard, and everybody
very smart.
No,
very smart.
If you almost die from pretzels, you're not smart, right? Every fucking notch on your resume, one gets removed every time you do something that's stupid. And he got a DUI in the 1970s.
That's hard to do.
Like you had to really try.
Breathalyzers didn't exist.
No, they didn't exist. You have to be drunk enough where nobody would dispute it. Fuck that dude.
With old Hunter, Justice Department investigation into Hunter Biden's business activities has finally begun to gain momentum in recent months, placing increased scrutiny on the former vice president's son. The probe, which began in 2018, has been examining whether Hunter Biden and some of his associates violated money laundering, tax, and foreign lobbying laws, as well as firearm and other regulations. What did he get into with firearms?
Didn't he leave a gun somewhere?
That'd be sweet if he did, just in the backseat of an Uber.
Yeah. I don't remember.
It'd be a great review.
I don't remember what it was, but he had an illegal weapon at some point.
It'd be a great review on Uber. How was that customer? Dude.
Free gun?
Yeah, he fucking left me a free loaded weapon, and then he smoked me up. We got crack out of it. What I like is this doesn't have anything to do with the laptop. Am I correct? This investigation is separate. This is in mostly bank transfers?
Yeah, that's part of it, but the laptop is going to corroborate a lot of it through emails. Like and it's also going to broaden the investigation a little bit. So
yeah, so what I'd read as far as this Hunter Biden thing ramping back up was him opening up and closing bank accounts in China and other places and then running millions and millions of dollars through them and then closing the accounts.
Yeah, that's part of it. But the other part of it is where was the money coming from originally? We're going to find that in the emails and through the banking records. Where the money may have gone after.
Okay.
Like 10% for the big guy.
Yeah. The big guy's Joe Biden.
I don't know who else it would be.
I don't either. This is why it's called fake news, because I don't know what's real or what's fake.
Well, no,
anymore.
all that's real.
No.
There's definitely.
But my next question is going to be this. I heard a story that the laptop was now missing. Is that true?
That's what I heard. I don't know. But the fucking information from the laptop, the fucking hard drive is already
ripped?
On record. Yeah,
okay, they got it?
Yeah, who knows where the actual and maybe that's part of it. They're going to go through all this process and then go to court and be like, well, we don't have the laptop, so it's hard to say what the fucking blow. Like they'll try to pull some kind of dismissal for chain of custody or something like that.
Well, you remember the Hillary Clinton thing, like after all those years of let's see the emails and everything else, and then she turned in the BlackBerries. There were 15 of them all smashed up.
Yeah,
in
and there
bag.
were 30,000 missing emails.
Yeah.
Speaking of Hillary Clinton, she and the DNC just got fined $100-some thousand for the $1 million they funneled from the DNC to Hillary Clinton to steal, to fabricate that dossier. So she's paying a fine for that. And that'll probably be all the justice that happens.
That's it. Nothing else is going to happen beyond that.
So Hillary Clinton, I just want to be clear about what happened there. Hillary Clinton took money from Donna Brazile at the DNC, right? And used that money to pay a foreign agent to fabricate information that was then used by a sitting president to launch investigations using the CIA and Department of Justice against an incumbent president. Or, I'm sorry, not incumbent, but a presidential candidate who had won, right? So during Obama's lame duck term, he weaponized the CIA and Department of Justice against the Trump incoming presidency that persisted even after Obama was out of office. It is treason, in my opinion. Like that, you cannot do that shit. She should be in jail, probably on death row. Same thing for Obama, frankly, but we're not going to do that.
No, it's not going to happen.
We're a civilized country where the patricians can fight it out and fuck each other over. And hey, if the housing market crashes, go fuck yourself, poors.
Yeah,
that's how it works here. So I don't know why anybody expects that. Like Trump was pretty good with the campaigning, lock her up, all that shit.
Yeah,
and he was right to say it, but it'll never fucking happen.
No, not a million years. Mark Guerra in the chat is saying, yes, Matt Gaetz questioned them yesterday, and they said they lost the laptop. So sweet, you know? Kind of like JFK's brain. They lost that too. I don't know why. How do you miss the one thing that you're fucking Like, what happened to that?
Well, how do you turn the cameras off and let fucking Jeffrey Epstein kill himself?
Yeah.
While two guards are sleeping and not doing their rounds like they're supposed to.
It's fucking crazy.
Like none of this is real. None of this is real. Our government, the way it operates, this fucking dichotomy of right versus left, and you think there's a war that you're taking part in and you're on the right side of it, none of it's real. It's fucking rich people playing their little games, playing their little backstabbing fucking first century Rome born in the purple bullshit, and all of us are just trying to fucking get by. That's what's really happening, just so you know.
Yeah, and this is why it's called fake news, is because none of this seems real. But you know what is? GhostBed. GhostBed.com/Drinkin Bros. Those deals are real. So's the mattress itself. My God, if you don't have a GhostBed mattress by now, what are you doing with your life? Go find a mirror real quick. I'll wait. I'll give you 2 seconds. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Okay, great. 2 seconds is over. If you don't have a GhostBed, now's the time. Okay, sleep in comfort. They got a March Madness sale right now. 2 free pillows with a mattress, and the pillows are just as good as the goddamn mattress. I can promise you that. 40% off that bundle package, dog. When you get the adjustable base and the mattress together, huge deal. Or if you want 30% off a thing in the entire store, like just the pillows or just the mattress itself, maybe just the adjustable base or the sheets or the weighted blanket. 30% off of the promo code Drinkin Bros at checkout. That's all you got to do. Fill up that cart. And for all of 2022, they've got a 60-month pay-as-you-go program. No interest there at ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros, which means you can use all those deals with that and walk out of there with a brand new bedroom set for about $25 a month. What a fine little savings there at ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. If you don't have one, go get one today. Real quick here, this is not on our news today, but I heard Biden just a few hours ago gave a speech where he agreed to release record oil reserves. I wanted to ask you about that and where it was coming from.
It's coming from our strategic reserve.
Oh, it is. So in the United States? Mm-hmm. And so he said it's to combat inflation. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but inflation is more than just high gas prices.
Yeah, it's everything. Right?
Everything.
I mean, it's yes and no. Gas prices, as you know, from our multiple businesses, have a cascading effect over anything that has to move from one place to another.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've seen our shipping costs go up on pretty much everything we do. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that'll help part of it. And people having better access to cheaper energy will do a lot. So, yeah, I think in some indirect ways it'll definitely help with inflation. But it's not going to counteract the fact that 80% of all U.S. dollars were printed in the last 24 months. It's not going to counteract $30 trillion in debt. It's not going to counteract $1.4 trillion deficit that we're going to have this year. It's not. I mean, no. Okay, this is like fucking putting your hand up to stop a bullet. You know what I mean?
So, in all sincerity, they're trying to. Initially, this was, oh man, we're not going to use oil from this country because we want the Green New Deal and all that shit, right? But now you're fine to do it because there's so much pressure from the public, and the elections are coming up here in 7 months. So now it's okay. What's the justification behind that? And where was the fucking oil for the last 3 months when the fucking prices were through the roof?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's...
Because it says here the total release is as much as 180 million barrels.
Yeah.
And this is a Yahoo Finance.
So
this
that's
is your most basic news site you could possibly get.
They're saying, because he's supposedly releasing 1 million barrels a day. Is that mean they're just going to do that for 6 months? Regardless if we need it or not, or I don't know.
That's what I don't understand. And so even with this, for Yahoo Finance, for Christ's sakes, they're speaking on a condition of anonymity ahead of an official move, and it's like, why be anonymous? Like, who fucking cares? Just because I guess it's going to make you look bad?
Well, I mean, you're not allowed to communicate with the press unless you're in an official press position if you work for the federal government. Right?
Okay.
But yeah, we use about 20 million barrels a day. So we're gonna dilute the pool by 5%, basically, by adding 1 million barrels that we're not getting from somewhere else per day. Diluting by 5% can have some effect, not as much of an effect as 80% of our currency being printed in the last fucking 2 years. It's not even close, but it will help a little bit. But to be honest, Russia's got Germany and the U.S. kind of bent over a barrel right now because Russia just told everybody that you're going to start paying your fucking energy bills in rubles now, or otherwise we're cutting it off. And they can do that if they want.
Yeah.
There's going to be a meeting sometime this weekend between Russia and Germany about it.
Well, is it 80% of Germany's oil is coming from Russia?
Oil and natural gas.
Yeah. So they don't have a fucking choice.
No, but we do. We do,
like absolutely.
Our strategic reserve as it stands right now has over 700 million barrels in it. Mm-hmm. So we could go for several years, without ever fucking even talking to anybody else.
Yeah.
Because of our shale, like fracking and all this other bullshit that we do. We would be fine, but Germany wouldn't. And I don't think what the United States wants is for, like the last time, it was kind of our fault that the global economy collapsed with all the housing market bullshit, but Germany was pretty much the only European country that was able to keep its head above water. We don't want to fuck them up because then we're going to be dealing with that bullshit for the next 25 years. Like a new Marshall Plan is going to be necessary.
Yeesh. Next up, the U.S.-Mexico border, still a problem. That didn't go away. They don't say. The Biden administration is preparing to lift the Title 42 border policy, which allows border officials to immediately expel illegal border crossers. The order was initially handed down under the Trump administration in the early days of the pandemic and was renewed by the Biden administration in August of last year. Now the CDC says the order will end. That'll put an end to the Title 42 policy this week, saying there is no longer a serious danger that migrants could spread COVID in detention facilities. Is it about the COVID or is it about, I don't know, illegal immigration?
Well, it was a strategic tool used by Trump to tamp down illegal immigration, obviously.
Obviously. So why the fuck are you saying it's over COVID now? Oh, hey, COVID's done. So I think we can ease up there and just kind of let everybody roll through.
Yeah, I mean, it's I will see where this goes. Joe Manchin and a couple of other Democratic senators have already said that they don't support this shit. Mm-hmm. We're on pace already to have 1 million illegal immigrants enter the country this year. Let that sink in.
Yeah, full million, huh?
1 million people.
We got room, we have money and resources. Everything's fine, right?
Larger than the Russian army.
Yeah, everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
So,
do we have anybody who's in charge of the border in the White House? Wait. Shit. Is it the vice president?
Her last couple of speeches sounds like she's on meth. Like it's just word salad, rambling nonsense.
Yeah.
I think she might be like physically compromised in some way, to be honest. Like it looks like
real?
It seems like whatever people report as long COVID, it seems like she's got it. Like her brain's not working properly right now. Pay attention to her news conferences.
I have.
You'll see.
So here's what I can't tell, because I watch her news conferences. I can't tell if she's just not prepared for answering those questions. Like, I dislike Jen Psaki as much as the next fucking Republican, but she's at least able to handle these questions and spin it pretty fucking quickly, right? And that's all you can really ask for out of a White House press secretary. Is the president's, whoever it is, Republican or Democrat, is going to fucking lie. And then you got to go and cover it up and spin it and post, right? With her, I can't figure out if she's dumb or just wasn't prepared for what it was going to be like as vice president and how to spin this properly. Because most of them are. Even Joe Biden, when he was vice president for Obama, was pretty good at that shit. And that's obviously before his mental decline.
Yeah, he's got aphasia, maybe.
Yeah, but for her, what's her excuse? She's not very old at all.
It could be that she's just a fucking idiot who's been groomed through the process, right? Because she's got the right background and the right education.
Well, so I was thinking about this too with her background, right? She was a lawyer.
She was an attorney, and then she was the district attorney of San Francisco.
Correct.
And then she was the attorney general of California.
But you get to prepare all of those speeches and points, and you get all the preparation for all your cases. So you're able to go out there confidently.
Well, she wasn't a trial attorney, I don't think.
But either way, but you're able to go out confidently in front of a jury or in front of whoever with this case and present all of it, and nobody's really going to question you that hard. This is a job where people are questioning you and what you're saying, and you're taking questions from the press. Some are going to be with you, some are going to be against you, and the ones that she has problems with are the ones that are kind of against her, where it's just like, hey, dude, what the fuck are you talking about right there? Yeah. And then it just goes off the rails, and it starts with like a nervous laugh, and then it goes off like a far right, where you're just like, whoa, that wagon's not coming back.
Yeah, and the Title 30 or Title 42 being ended. By the way, it's a policy, like internal policy, right? So it's within Biden's legal right to do this.
It's not illegal, obviously.
No. Some people could sue for an injunction. Like you could sue in federal court for an injunction to stop that, and maybe that'll happen. Pretty much everything else Biden's tried to do that's gone to federal court has been knocked down. All the mandates have been knocked down. Trying to remove the hold in Mexico thing got knocked down by federal court. So maybe this will too, especially with pressure from the left side of the Senate. But even the Biden administration's admitted that once this goes away, they're expecting a huge influx. They said the word influx, not me. A huge influx of illegal immigrants coming across the border, up to 18,000 a day. By the way, if you parse that out over the year, that's 6.5 million people.
It's like a sold-out Staples Center for the Lakers.
Yeah.
Just every single day.
Yep.
Coming through the border.
And if you recall from last year during the Biden administration, something that Trump had ended, but that Obama had also used the catch and release program. Once all the facilities got filled up by Border Patrol, they just started releasing people into the wild to report back to ICE. Now I'm told something like 30 to 45% of those people show back up. So there you go.
That's going to be a blast this year.
Maybe literally, because it's a lot easier now for a terrorist just to walk across our fucking southern border.
Yeah. It's going to be a fucking blast. All this is going to turn out great, Dan. I don't know why you're not more positive about about any of this. We're all fucked, by the way. We're all fucked. It seems like an April Fool's thing, but it's not. There is no April Fool's. We're the fools, and it's about to be April, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, time to learn Spanish.
Goddamn right with Babbel. Babbel is the language learning app. Babbel is a language for life. Right now, when you purchase a 3-month Babbel subscription, you'll get an additional 3 months for free. That's 6 months for the price of 3. What is Babbel, you ask? Well, it's a language learning app, you dummy. Get in the game. Whether it's saving more time and spending less, getting organized, or losing weight, a lot of worthwhile goals out there to set for yourself this year. Top of the list, though, should be to learn a new language. Looks like the mask thing is going to end here in like 3 weeks for travel, so you'll be able to go to other countries again and party. I know Heathrow is open for biz right now. No mask or anything else. The new language app that you got to get is Babbel. It's sold more than 10 million subscriptions. Not only is learning a language, it's fun, but it's an engaging new hobby, and you can use it while you're just checking some traveling off your list there. Whole Babbel process is addictively fun, fast, and easy. Babbel teaches you bite-sized language lessons for real-world use. Babbel's 15-minute lessons make it the perfect way to learn a new language on the go. Other language learning apps use AI for their lessons plans. Some of those robot dogs I heard are involved too, from Boston Dynamics. Their teaching method has been scientifically proven to be effective with Babbel. You can choose from 14 different languages, including Spanish, French, Italian, and German. Plus, Babbel's speech recognition technology helps you improve your pronunciation and accent. Mine's perfect, so I never have to worry about that, my pronunciation and accent.
No, you don't know words.
Not even English, barely anymore. There are so many ways to learn with Babbel. In addition to lessons, you can access podcasts, games, videos, stories, and even live classes. Plus, it comes with a 20-day money-back guarantee. Start your new learning today with Babbel. It's a journey. I'm calling it a journey. Right now, when you purchase a 3-month Babbel subscription, get an additional 3 months for free. That's 6 months for the price of 3. Just go to Babbel.com. Use the promo code Drinkin Bros. That is BABBEL.com. Promo code Drinkin Bros. Babbel, a language for life. Next up, BlackRock presidents calls the current generation entitled. That's fucking rich, isn't it? Man, that's a lot of puns back and forth there. I'm almost proud of myself. How many was that? Did I squeeze in there? 2 or 3?
If puns came through like a stereo channel, I have that channel turned all the way down to 0. I don't even hear it anymore.
Oh, man. I think it was Bob who got one the other day, and I just completely ignored it. I love you, Bob. I love you. It happens to me, too, okay?
He's completely ignoring you right now.
Yeah, I understand it. What was the barbecue place we went to today? Is the second best in Austin, you said? What's the name
Barbecue?
of it? Yeah, we'll plug it. La Barbecue, that's the name of it?
Yeah, La Barbecue.
Coleslaw was spicy.
Yeah, I got you.
Fuck, dude.
The food was good.
It was good.
But
Food was good.
Brisket is my favorite cut of meat, and theirs is not as good as Terry Black's.
I'm with you. I'm on Terry Black's.
The other stuff is, I mean, everything that they put out was really good.
The ribs were better. I like the ribs better.
I didn't. I don't like pork ribs.
Really?
I'm a beef rib guy, but yeah, I mean, it was the pork ribs were good. The rub that they used on it is fucking delicious. The sausage comes in your mouth, right, which is nice.
Sure.
I don't know why. It's nice, but it is.
It ejaculates inside your mouth?
I was in the Army with a guy. He would get sunny side up eggs every morning, and he would eat the white part. He would cut around the yolk and then put the yolk in his mouth and pop it with his mouth every morning with both eggs. I'm like, why do you do that? He goes, I just like the way it feels. I'm like, I've got some bad news for you, buddy.
Yeah.
You're gay.
A homosexual male.
Yeah, you like cum in your mouth. So,
wow.
That's not fake news.
No, that's not. That's real news. That's gross. I don't think I've ever heard somebody do that before.
I've never heard of that.
Ever?
No, and I hope I never fucking hear of it again.
With old BlackRock, the old president, not satisfied with owning a home possible for younger generations. You can't stop there. The president says now it's time for people to learn what sacrifice really means. And when the president of BlackRock says that, you know it's true.
Yeah, he made $400 million last year in
Indeed he
just salary.
Yep.
Not including his shareholder fucking, what do you call it, distributions and shit. Like just on his salary is like $430 million.
Earned every cent, Dan.
Yeah.
Earned every cent.
They do manage a fund of like $13 trillion or something.
Is it that big?
Like between their assets and real holdings and all this other stuff, it's like $13 trillion, I think.
There was a couple houses I looked at the other day. I was like, "This is BlackRock owns these. There's no way you're putting that fucking price tag on these fucking things."
Yeah.
During a conference in Austin, well, we didn't go. We didn't fucking go, huh? Damn it. Held by the Texas Independent Producers and Royalty Owners Association, BlackRock President Rob Capito, it's a nice little name too, I like it, said, for the first time, this generation is going to go into a store and not be able to get what they want. And we have to have a very entitled generation that has never had to sacrifice. Huh. Well, what is he saying there? We're about to hit a huge recession? That's what I'm reading through the lines about? Is that what he's alluding to?
I feel like there was one of those, and a lot of people lost their homes and entire life savings.
Yeah, in 2008.
Yeah.
And does it feel like that's going to happen now, and is this what he's saying?
Well, I think
that's what it feels like.
Maybe because he was instrumental in that. and his company was instrumental in that as well. That he's trying to reshape the narrative. I guess I don't know. He says that the economy is experiencing something called scarcity inflation or fallout from a shortage of workers, agricultural supplies, and housing.
Yeah.
There is no shortage of housing. His company has been buying it all and then renting it to people.
Correct.
That's not a shortage of housing. That's you being a fucking cunt.
Yep.
And by the way, we don't have a shortage of agricultural supplies. We have the inability to get it to people because of your fucked up Secretary of Transportation who's taken 2 months of paternity leave so his kid can figure out which one of the dudes is going to breastfeed him. You know what I mean? This is all horse shit. We're in an inflation because 80% of our currency has been printed in the last 2 years when we have $30 trillion in debt. That's why.
The other thing that I've noticed too with this housing sitch, so we're having another child, so we're looking for an extra room, potentially getting another house. What I've seen is a lot of them are selling, and then literally 48 hours after closing, just being rented.
Yeah.
Just right online, you're like, wait a minute, who has the money just to buy that type of house and then put it up for rent 2 days later? It seems really fucking odd, and I don't know if people are paying attention to it as closely as they should, but that's what's driving up this housing market everywhere. And they're saying, oh, there's no inventory, there's no inventory. No, there is.
There's plenty.
There's houses out there.
There's plenty of wheat and corn in America too. We're just paying farmers not to farm it to keep prices artificially low.
Yeah.
But this is called what he's doing here and what the World Economic Forum is doing by coming up with quippy phrases like "you'll own nothing and you'll be happy" and blah blah blah. All the stuff that's going on from the globalist people. It's called manufacturing consent. It is this theory that Edward Herman and Noam Chomsky came up with in the 80s, and it basically says that mass communication media are very effective and powerful. I'm reading, this is a quote, are effective and powerful ideological institutions that carry out a system-supported propaganda function by reliance on market forces, internalized assumptions, and self-censorship without overt coercion. So what they do is say something all the time, like housing is scarce, this is this, food shortage, whatever, and it fucking trains people's behavior. Like they tailor people's behavior through false narratives and fear and all this other stuff to get a desired outcome. And if you don't believe that's happening, you're a fucking idiot, right? Like, it's not even just the legacy media or the political class. Like, social media is balls deep in this shit.
Oh, yeah.
Bill Gates is out here buying up farmland and telling people to eat bugs and shit. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, man?
Yeah.
Like, this is all coming back to one thing, and it's the patrician class has figured out that it used to be that you would need a warden in every province controlling that area with an army of their own, and you would have to take new land anytime you needed more money, which costs money itself and costs lives and all this stuff. There's all this stuff you have to do to maintain an empire. But if the empire is global and connected digitally, instead of having to fucking go face to face with people and make deals like that, then you can fucking shape people's behavior relatively easily and keep them calm relatively easily through fucking, I don't know, forced vaccinations and shit. Mm-hmm. And then you can do whatever the fuck you want with little to no bloodshed.
And all you have to do is maintain a level of consistency.
Yeah.
And just slowly go along. You know, like as it goes along, you can slowly just keep saying it over and over and over again, and then people just start believing it.
Right. So what these guys at BlackRock and WEF are doing are telling people that despite the fact that we have over $10 trillion in assets, right, despite the fact that we've been buying up all the properties, converting owned properties into rental properties at a very alarming rate. Like, he's telling you the future that he's creating. He's not warning people like, hey, it looks like housing is going to go away or whatever. He's like, I mean, that's what he's saying. But what he's actually saying is that, hey, we're buying all this shit up, so fuck you guys.
Yeah.
You're going to have to rent. You may as well get used to it. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
And that is something that should get somebody shot in the fucking face, to be honest. Like, somebody should probably do something about this guy.
There's a guy, Just Daryl, here in the chat. He said, so the plan of this administration is to create as much chaos as possible, or create as much chaos that it is impossible to keep up with. Look, a lot of people would say that about Trump as well, so I'm not going to go either way on that one, but I think that seems to be the plan of most White Houses. This one, though, trying to get 2 words out of this president is a big deal. So we don't even know where this guy's at. Like, if you ask me where he's at today, I have no fucking idea.
Yeah.
No idea. My money would be on Delaware, but that's a 50. Like, who knows? I have no fucking idea. Speaking of money being different
No,
places.
he's in Delaware because he just got another booster shot at his fake White House set.
Maybe.
No, he did.
Oh,
It was
did he
on
really?
TV last night.
Oh, I didn't see it.
And then he was mic'd up, and as he was walking over to the fucking chair, like there's a chair in the middle of the room and a fucking nurse waiting for him, like some weird ass fucking propaganda bullshit. And he walks over, and you hear him say, "Why am I doing this on camera?" Or something like that. He hot mic'd something stupid like that. So he is in Delaware, but does he know he's in Delaware? The likelihood of that is very low.
Yeah. Yeah. I was alluding to gambling earlier because our next sponsor is about gambling. This one, man, I'll give you my fucking pick on this because it's DraftKings. This is college basketball fans. Join the action on the court during the biggest tournament of the year with DraftKings Sportsbook. Turn your team's victory into your own big win. New customers can bet $5 on any team to win and get $200 in free bets if they do. It's that simple. If they win, you win. So we're in the Final Four. The easiest bet this weekend is Kansas because there's no point spread in this, which is great. So just pick Kansas and you will win $200. I have not missed this tournament on one of these. Sorry, DraftKings, if I've gotten all these people fucking money, but whatever. I'm also not going to lie. I would have switched and said the other one, UNC, had Eric Church not done his fucking bullshit down here. Watch out for that church curse. It's coming, UNC fans. If Sportsbook isn't available in your state, you can still join the college hoops action with DraftKings pools. Everyone can play free pools all March long for a shot at a share of over $250,000 in prizes. Simply join a pool and answer questions like, who will make it to the next round and who will hit the most three-pointers, and then track your results. Bob, I'm going to put you on the spot right now. Most three-pointers in the next round. Go.
I'm going to hit the most.
Dude, I don't even fucking know at this point.
I got that kid from Duke.
Paolo?
Yep. I'm going to go. I'm going to say Paolo.
Why would he shoot threes?
No, I mean, he shoots a three every once in a while.
I'll
tell
it's
you what,
UNC
yeah, I got
though. Weird people come to life in that fucking series.
He's not the best.
Give me Caleb Love.
Okay.
Caleb Love on UNC.
All right. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code BROS. Bet $5 on any college hoops team and win. You win $200 in free bets if they do. If they win, you win with promo code BROS this week at DraftKings Sportsbook. 21 years or older. Restrictions apply. Restrictions apply there, kids. But look, it's Kansas. That's the easy one. I don't know the Duke UNC yet. We have a show about it, and I'm still undecided, but I'm thinking about hammering Duke because of the fucking bullshit with Eric Church. A lot of moms were pissed off last night, D'Anthony. I didn't know that show was in San Antonio.
A lot of moms were pissed off?
Yeah.
About what?
They got babysitters and everything else, and he canceled to go to the UNC. Canceled the concert. Next up, over 100 elites listed as clients of a sex cult prostitute. That's fun. That's fun. But when you get to that level, though, why not? That's the way I look at it. Yet another list of high-profile sexual predators has been obtained as part of sex crimes investigation. On March 8th, Larry Ray was put on trial for conspiracy, extortion, and sex trafficking in relation to an alleged sex cult he ran out of Sarah Lawrence College.
Wait.
I don't know that one.
Sarah Lawrence is
I don't know this.
It's an all-women's school.
Really?
Yeah. And
Look
it's
at
like
that.
an all-women's school that takes that shit seriously.
It's tiny too,
Like
right?
they're
Know
like
your audience.
They're like third-wave feminist lunatics at that school. Like worse than regular academia. That's a very bizarre place for a fucking prostitution.
But if you can turn it, though, that's, jeez.
Sarah
you got a pick
Lawrence,
there?
Sarah Lawrence makes Oberlin look like Arizona State.
Really?
Yeah.
What's that picture you have up there, Bob?
It's from the New York Post article that Dan sent. This is the guy on the left is the guy you're talking about. I think.
Oh, pop
Larry
him
Ray.
up on screen. Yeah.
Who's
let's see him.
the woman?
Who's the woman there?
I did not read the full caption.
It's one of the whores, man. Hell
Yeah.
Who knows?
Why is she smiling like that? Put that picture up one more time, Bob. Why is she smiling like that? It's creepy. That's a creepy smile.
I
guess
guess this
it's-
is a woman, Claudia Drury.
and what does she do? What's her
She
part?
was sex trafficked by the guy on the left.
Well, I mean, at what age?
What age, though?
Because it's a university. It's not a fucking high school.
It's got to be 18
Sex
and up.
trafficking is not age dependent.
I get that. But, I mean, Sarah Lawrence is not an all-women school, by the way. It just kind of gets that rap. But it's like it's
close.
It is an extremely liberal arts place.
Okay.
Like extremely. It's very bizarre to me that happened here. Although I guess you could say that they're fucking like pro sex worker and shit. So maybe that happened, or maybe the dude is just a fucking psycho. I don't know. I haven't read the story much.
What's this other picture, Bob?
That's
Pop that up.
her crying, and then that's him here, like with other women. Just evidence. It's all evidence that New York Post posted on there.
Of the sex cult?
I guess.
Man.
So during the trial, the Manhattan Attorney's Office accidentally released a list.
Sure.
A list of alleged frequent customers to a public file sharing system. I assume they mean like Dropbox or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The New York Post obtained the list, and of course, because they're pieces of shit, they published it.
Of course.
Why wouldn't they?
Of course.
The media outlet described as a, quote, cross-section of Manhattan's elite, from Wall Street to the justice system and even the art industry. I don't know why even the art industry. Like, the FBI is involved in fucking artists too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, what the fuck? You didn't add anything to that. That's really shitty writing. Is that a New York Post article?
The one you linked is
It was, yeah.
So that's the kind of writing I expect from that fucking organization.
Even the art industry is hilarious because artists love having sex with
Yeah,
children.
dude. Look at Allison Mack from fucking Superman.
Fucking David Bowie.
She was branding people.
Jared Leto's got rumors flying around.
I've heard those for a long time. It would make sense. Nobody's that good looking and successful at 51 years old. And it's just like, oh, man, yeah, I just happen to still be single. No, dude. I bet he's got a pretty sweet sex cult.
There's 121 people named. I haven't looked through the names because I'm worried.
Let's go through all of them.
Hopefully mine's not on there. No, it's like several names have appeared on that list and on Epstein's Black Book list, although it's Manhattan socialites. So, I mean, it's probably all the same people.
Yeah.
Right? Like, there's nobody there he didn't know.
The weird thing about a sex cult, too, is like that guy you showed, Bob, usually you have to fuck that guy. And that's how it works. And then you go down the line.
Yeah, the New York Post didn't release the names. They just released details, enough details for people to figure out who they were. So according to the Post, the list contains a businessman whose name is on a museum.
Getty?
Who the fuck knows? There's only a couple of businessmen with names on museums in fucking Manhattan. An ex-New York Supreme Court judge, which you could probably figure out who that is because there's not a lot of ex-Supreme Court judges. They usually die and not retire.
Yeah.
A Gap Inc. executive and an Amazon account executive. Amazon account executive seems kind of far down the list, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's still a valuable job, obviously, but...
It's a big company, lower-level guys make some money.
Even the art industry. The list was never meant to be released to the public, and the attorney's office quickly sent out a statement asking media outlets, please do not reproduce, share, or use this exhibit in any way. If you've downloaded this file, please delete it. Now, they don't have the right to do that, by the way.
No.
Like, you can't fuck up and be like, hey, cover up my fuck up. Like, no, sorry, bud.
Can't do that. And people aren't just going to delete it on their
This dude's been in jail since 2020.
Why are we just hearing about all this now?
He faces life in prison. So, what the Manhattan District Attorney's Office would do if they weren't a bunch of corrupt cunts, right, is take that list into the fucking interrogation room with him and ask for evidence and corroboration of each thing that they have proof of. And then they would take that all to court. This dude probably gets a suspended sentence of some sort, and everybody in that city goes to prison. But that's not going to happen. No. This dude is going to eat a bullet. Somehow it's going to be like, oh, I don't know, he dug his way out of the jail and somehow illegally purchased a gun and then brought it back in through the jail and shot himself in the and then he repaired the concrete first. There'll be some stupid bullshit that happens. This dude's definitely going to kill himself.
How old is he?
62, I think.
Oof, that's a little too young. He'll probably cook in there for a little bit. I'm surprised Homegirl's still alive.
No, I mean, he's not going to kill himself. They're going to kill him.
Yeah, no, I
make
agree.
it look like a suicide.
I agree, but Ghislaine, however we pronounce that, she's still alive.
For now.
Yeah. How the fuck is that possible?
This isn't over. I'm sure somebody's got an algorithm somewhere that tells the government. It's like, remember, what's that fucking, hold on. I look up this stupid show.
Stupid show for what?
Give me a second. It's a fucking TV show that has Jim Caviezel in it, and this dude.
And he's not playing Jesus?
No, it's.
I want a series.
It's called Person of Interest, and this fucking geek creates a fucking computer system that can predict crime and shit.
Yeah.
It's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that these people have an algorithm of some sort, some kind of computer system. It's like, we can only blatantly murder people in front of these guys this amount per year.
Yeah.
Like, we've got to wait a little bit longer. And they're waiting. They'll kill Ghislaine next. Or maybe they'll put him and her in the same cell and they'll kill each other.
Or just let them fuck. I mean, I'd pay to watch it. If you're that good at what you do, you got to have at least fucked pretty hard in your life, you know? But yeah, all this sex cult shit, why is it always the rich ones?
Why? What do you mean?
Like with Allison Mack, she had a fuck ton of money coming off that Superman series. Why are you getting involved in a sex cult? Branding people and
you got
shit.
nothing left to do, man. You're doing side quests in life now. You've completed the main mission. You've made all the money you could ever spend in your life. Now you got to do other shit.
Also, that's just branding.
Branding,
right?
yeah.
A trailer park where a bunch of people are getting real weird with kids and shit. They just call that a trailer park.
True.
Like they're just like, oh, look, a bunch of poors did a bunch of poor stuff. But it's better branding with the rich people.
Is it weird that I can see Giorgio wanting to get sex trafficked? Like, I think if they're rich enough, Giorgio, you're in probably, right?
It's very similar to what Dan was saying, like doing side quests.
Yeah.
But I'm just flipping it.
Oh, for your own amusement at that point.
Yeah, you just see what the experience is like.
I like that.
It's like when they convinced Elon Musk and Grimes were being poor on purpose, like poor tourism. I want to be trafficked tourism.
You know, she said, she was like, dude, I don't think you understand. He does some of the poorest things on the planet, Eli. He lives like he's super poor. No, he does not. And I'm not going to fucking pretend that that's real. Okay, Grimes? Just shut the fuck up. What is real, though, is BattleBox, our next sponsor. Dude, these Battle Boxes are dope as shit.
I just unpacked one. Let me grab something real quick.
Yeah, grab one, dude. These things are gone in like 30 seconds from our office.
It's quicker than 60.
Yeah, goddamn right it is. Bring it in, yeah. Bring it right. Come on camera. You camera ready, Giorgio? How do you feel today? Yeah, sure, why not? All right, come on in.
That's a 72-hour food package.
Look at that, dude.
I've got a couple of those.
So this is the stuff that Dan always talks about. Go on my single, because Giorgio's right behind me. This is the stuff that Dan's always talking about. Keep in your car, keep on you somewhere handy, your garage, wherever, in case there's a hurricane, a tornado, a flood, a flash flood. Those happen a lot in Texas. 25 years shelf life on these goddamn things for emergency food. What is it that lasts 25 years, Dan, food-wise?
I mean, basically they take different types of fat and carbohydrates and proteins and smash them together, like make little bricks.
Okay. Another item, if you order one of these things, Nature's Grill, eco-friendly, biodegradable outdoor cooking, 60-minute grill time approximately, single-use and disposable within 5 minutes. So if you're out in the woods.
Yeah, if you're going to like go out and do a hunt, butcher, and cook,
Yep.
that's a really good tool for it.
Boom.
You can shoot deer, elk, or whatever, cut the back straps off, light that bitch up, fucking cook. Or if you're going fishing, you can do the same thing. You can cook fish on it, whatever. And the grill, it'll last at somewhere between like 350 and 450, I think, for about an hour.
Pop this camera on me real quick. So look at how small it is. And it's thin too. So like this will fit anywhere. You can take it with you. It's light as shit. So this could go in a backpack. Just like Dan's talking about. So if you're going off to hunt and shit, dude, pop this.
It's easier than
bitch out
like chopping down wood and like, especially if you're worried about being able to find dry wood out wherever you're going. If you're near a lake or a stream or some shit like that with fishing, especially. Tough to find dry wood sometimes. It's a pain in the ass to cut it down and then also find kindling. You don't need any of this shit with this. You just put it on an elevated surface or even on the ground with the grass cleared out, light it on fire.
Yeah.
It's super easy.
And they got everything in there. They got knives, axes, you name it. And now until March 31st, so that's tonight at midnight, get a free mystery box worth of $115 of new shit when you get a new subscription at trybattlebox.com/drinkinbros. That is a free mystery box worth of, it's more than $115 though. They're being generous on that.
Yeah.
Right now at trybattlebox.com/drinkinbros, trybattlebox.com/drinkinbros. Everything, I promise you, everything in these boxes is gone as soon as it hits the studio. Big fan of these guys. Next up, Washington schools, they're basing punishment on students' races, which is probably a good thing, or whatever the opposite of that is.
Are they also going to give white kids more credit on math tests than Asians?
No.
Or
No,
how
they're not.
Like how racist are we going to get here?
Well,
I'm all for resegregating everything. We may as well, right? That's what
That's what the media wants.
The left wants to fucking resegregate everything.
Yeah.
So let's just do it and let's have but like play their game only up to a certain point. Instead of going full on and like yelling at each other and trying to fight each other and shit, let's do like fucking dance battles.
Yeah.
Like Stomp the Yard or whatever.
Stomp the Yard or any of those Channing, is it?
Channing Tatum.
Yeah. What was those movies? Step Up to the Streets?
Step Up, yeah. Step Up to the Streets was...
The sequel?
I don't know how
you
many.
need to step up to the streets after you just step up.
But then like it's like the Panthers and the whatever the fuck from West Side Story. What are the two groups?
Jets and Sharks.
Jets
there
and
it
Sharks,
is.
yeah.
God, he knows how fast he was.
Well, he
on
just
that?
watched it the other day while he was fucking shoving shit up his ass. Anyways, Coach Carter is not one of them. Jake Farm, that's stupid. But yeah, dance competitions and like make it super gay.
Yeah.
Who cares? What are you going to do about it? And then report back to the media and say, hey, the blacks won or the whites won, depending on the thing.
Sure.
And like, hey, by the way, certain groups of people might be better at certain things. Like men, for example, with higher muscle mass and bone density are better at lifting heavy shit. And like that's what we discovered. And they're like, oh, shit, that sounds a lot like something we've known for 150,000 fucking years. Are you kidding me?
A school in Washington
kill myself.
state is encouraging their teachers to consider a student's race before dishing out any sort of punishment, leading critics to worry that white students will begin to receive harsher punishments.
Fuck them. Fuck those chalky motherfuckers, man.
Bob. I don't even know if Bob would last through first
Shiny,
period.
like blasting sunlight into my eyes from the fucking chalky skin. Fuck you.
SPF 50 motherfuckers.
I just walk in and get murdered. The security guard would just, or the school resource officer just pulls his gun out.
Yeah, they've got one of those paint swatch things. They hold it up to your face.
You can't do that, Dan. That's going to lead to kids doing blackface.
That's true.
I've already been doing it.
Well, you're ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
Clover Park School District passed the new policy during its March 14th meeting, calling the new approach culturally responsive discipline. Is this fucking real? This can't be real. This one can't be real.
Nooner Nation podcast says, do Asian kids have to build railroads during detention?
Just revert back to every stereotype there is. Holy shit. The district will now encourage school staff to impose disciplinary policies that, quote unquote, may be adapted to individual students' needs in a culturally responsive manner.
What they're saying here is that certain races of people just can't control themselves.
Oh, I know what they're saying, Dan.
That's the statement being made by these super left people, and that's how it works with the DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion people. That's what they call themselves. DEI.
Really?
That's their whole fucking thing now.
Oh, God.
And that's how it works. They try to. It's intersectionality. You reduce every human being down to all of their fucking individual details, ethnicity, nationality, the language they speak, their social class, financial class, all this stuff. And then you rank them based on how outraged they should be at everything.
Yeah.
And then you fucking send them out on the fucking warpath to be outraged. And they think that that's going to promote social change, but all it really does is create a 360-degree firing squad where everybody's pissed off at each other all the time. Like everybody's trying to compete to see who's the most aggrieved party, and it never fucking works. But behind it all is this assumption, just like affirmative action in a lot of cases, that these people can't figure out how to get IDs. They can't figure out how to vote. They can't figure out how to get an attorney and start a business. And they can't figure out how to fucking not break the law or break rules in school.
Yeah.
Like, they just can't do it, so we got to make up for it. No, that is racist as shit to say that shit.
It's fucking insane. But this is Washington. Like, that doesn't surprise me at all. Everything that's gone on, it seems like it's always in the Pacific Northwest for some reason.
It starts there, yeah. That's like...
Why, though? That's what I can't figure out. Why?
Because it's all white people.
And so is there
It's
just
all-
this
it's
enormous guilt up there? And they're
Yeah.
like, well, fuck.
It's all liberal white people who have never met any black person before trying to solve black America's problems without any input from actual black America. That's what's happening in the Pacific Northwest right now. And that's why, instead of doing what Sean Hannity said and maybe nuking fucking Russia, we should nuke the entire west coast of America. Nobody will ever see it coming.
Yeah.
And NORAD's right there in Denver or thereabouts.
Can we warn the white women first?
No,
No.
because they'll be the ones that fuck it all up. They fucked up everything else.
They're
You're
the ones that
right,
are going
you're
to tell everybody else. Every
right.
fucking Karen's going to be out in the streets. They're going to bomb us.
Yeah, General Milley's a white woman. A lot of people don't know that.
A lot of people don't know.
Now,
And today's Transgender Visibility Day. So
When does a hot young white woman turn into a Karen?
22.
38.
It depends on when she goes to college, I guess, right?
Wow.
Because most white women turn into Karens at 16 years old now.
I think it's when you have a kid. I'm going to go, I'm going to say that it really kicks in at 38.
When's the last time you had a conversation with like whether you don't really respond to comments and stuff? I do on Twitter, especially because it's funny. But have you interacted with a 19-year-old white female college student?
Oh, boy.
And any reason,
My
like,
wife-
within the last 5 years?
No, my wife is here. I've never talked to another woman.
I mean,
never.
like some
No,
stupid
never. I'm
bitch
kidding.
posting something
kidding.
dumb on Twitter.
Yeah, no,
I deal with those people all the time.
Yeah,
They are
Giorgio just
fucking
went on a date
idiots.
with one
Yeah,
last night.
Georgia just, yeah. How old was that girl last night, Georgia?
Last night?
Yeah.
17.
17? No.
No.
Even though that is legal in Texas, but
No.
Is it?
I think it is, yeah.
I'm gonna.
No, that's like a driver's ed class.
And you're Ed.
Wait, so you're teaching driver's
Ed,
ed
yeah.
classes now?
No,
Do you
absolutely
even
not.
have a license? You don't
Yes.
look like you would.
Are you allowed to be in this country? Do we know that you're not one of the red dots on that map you open
I
up?
was born in America. Okay. My birth certificate doesn't have a father on it, but that's okay. There's no state seal, but that hasn't come up too much.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. That all sounds on the up and up to
Yeah,
me.
of course. Yeah.
How old was the girl last night?
But I didn't even go on a date last night.
Okay. So says you.
Well, what are you
Delco's
guys
outing you.
What are you guys talking about then? Because something happened.
Something happened last night. What
Nothing.
was it?
Maybe it
happened
wasn't
last
last night. Maybe it was the night before or sometime this week. But something.
What are you
happened.
referring to? Are you referring
We're
to
just
the
trying to
old-
rebrand the bit. He's not into older women anymore. He's into just 19-year-old girls.
Oh, so we just wasted 5 minutes discussing a lie you told.
That's a very Delco. It's very
God damn it, man. Dude, we don't have time for this shit.
We have nothing but time.
Yeah, we still got a baseball episode after this.
Yeah. We got a big day today. That's great. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. God damn it. Look, occasionally I'll engage with some of these fucking people. Like, it's rare, but it's always somebody that doesn't really follow me or doesn't really listen to the shows or anything else. And it's just, usually there's like a hashtag or something that pops up. And they're like, oh, well, fuck you.
Yeah.
I posted something about gasoline the other night when I came back from LA, and I was just like, was pissed off because it was like $125 to fill up my car. Like 3/4 of a tank on unleaded, for Christ's sakes.
Yeah.
And she was like, you can deal with high gas prices because this administration is saving our planet right now. And I was like, in what fucking world do you live in?
Yeah, saving the planet from what?
Yeah.
From the 83% of fossil fuel emissions that come from fucking China, India, and fucking cruise ships and transport ships?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't have anything to do with that.
And the other thing is, I looked her up. She doesn't follow me. It was clearly just going after like hashtags and shit. And then you wonder if it's actually real people at all.
Yeah, there's a lot of NPCs out there on the interwebs these days.
Yeah.
Non-player characters. But, yeah, I talk a lot of shit to the Austin Independent School District because they continue to try to fucking do weird gay shit, like literal gay shit.
Right.
And it's like, no, you're not doing that. If you try, I'm going to fucking come down there and we're going to have a conversation about it. And then these fucking dumb fucking 16-year-olds from the school and shit would be like, there's 9,000 gen. You can't tell somebody what reality is. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You can't tell somebody what reality is. Like, you're trying to normalize schizophrenia. You understand that, right?
Dan, you need
like
to live my truth.
No, you're taking your fucking mental disorders and trying to make everybody else participate in your delusion. No, we're not doing that. You fucking dumb cunt.
It's
And I don't have a problem calling a 16-year-old high school girl a cunt either.
okay.
Or a 16-year-old high school boy or a fucking baby. I don't give a shit. Fuck
You can
babies.
beat the fuck out of them. So
Yeah, well, I mean, I could maybe. I don't know. There's some big 16-year-olds, but
Or
I could definitely. I
a
could
cunt
definitely-
punt.
Thunder punt or thunder punch. What is it called when you punch a girl in the vagina?
Falcon punch.
Falcon
Falcon
punch.
punch, yeah.
Yeah.
But that
no thunder involved, actually. No
There-
electricity at all.
there was a girl that went viral a few years ago for the cunt punt.
Rebecca Martinson.
Did you write an article on her?
Yeah.
she used to write for Bro Bible.
God,
Good
Yeah.
for her.
I-
I love that.
She actually
Email
wrote
was
for
the
us for a
greatest
bit.
thing I've ever
Yeah.
read.
She's probably running a country somewhere right now.
Yeah.
That kind
Has
of
to be.
brilliance.
We're Facebook friends. Just got engaged recently.
Oh, good for her.
Congratulations.
Where, is she still writing? What does she do now?
No, I don't think she is.
that
Or at
shit
least
was really
not
funny.
Yeah,
She's
not
in,
like daily
sales
stuff
or something. Yeah.
She created one of the greatest words of all time. So give her my best if you chat with her, Bob. Very proud. Last but not least, Disney bans gender. That's right. The happiest place on earth is slowly but surely turning into, well, the shittiest place on earth. Recently, the Walt Disney Company announced it's eliminating the words ladies, gentlemen, boys, and girls from all of its theme parks. In a company video, diversity and inclusion manager Vivian Ware told Disney staff that they had already eliminated them. And the quote was, all of the gendered greetings and relationships to our live spiels. That's fun that she used that word. So we no longer say ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. So what are we just saying? People? Hey, all the peoples, come over here.
I guess.
People gather around Disney, people.
Visitors.
I like party people.
I don't. Party people! Like that I'll stand behind because I think that's the opening of a Quad City DJ song. But the rest of it, no. I mean, so they, by the way, I don't know if you watched Survivor, Dan, but they did this on Survivor last year too.
No, I definitely didn't watch that.
People fucking raged. So my parents love Survivor still to this day. That was the tipping point for them where Jeff Probst, a.k.a. Proby, he got out there and said, look, if anybody has a problem with me saying, guys, we're all about to start this next challenge, please tell me. And nobody said anything. And then about maybe 20 minutes later, one of the gay dudes popped up and was like, I have a problem with it. I don't think we should do it. I don't think we should say, hey, guys, anymore. So they had to say, hey, people. Is the end game just one gender and one gender only? And congratulations, we're all smooth fucking Barbies?
I mean, I think the end state, the desired end state,
is a robot. It feels like we're all going to be fucking robots.
Well, maybe that, but I think it's just that there's no standard at all whatsoever because standards are things that maintain society, right? So the common law that we took from the UK and case law, and then, of course, laws that are passed, like bills. We take all those things, that structure, it's just like building a house. At the bottom, you've got a fucking foundation. And any house that exists right now that's going to continue to exist, it has a foundation. Trailers in Tornado Alley excluded, I guess, because that's not really a foundation. But
Obviously.
Once you remove the foundation, then everything is kind of gelatinous, right? It's weird and fucking malleable. You can move it in any direction you want at any given time, and nobody can really say anything about it because there's no standard to appeal to anymore. That's why 2 + 2 = 5 was a thing, right? Like, even math isn't really what you think it is. Like, yeah, it is, you stupid fuck. We weren't doing fucking algebra. It was basic addition, and 2 + 2 = fucking 4. And there's 2 genders.
But I've been thinking about that a lot, right? So biology is what separates both the genders. I think the overall goal, and this is just a guess here at this point, is to get to this one robot body where you're not a boy or a girl anymore, and then that way, biology doesn't matter because you'll all be equal as a fucking robot, or you'll just plug in your.
It could be, yeah.
ship.
I mean, a lot of Marxism is designed to remove individual agency from people, right? Like, you don't get to choose your profession. You give up everything about yourself for the good of the fucking society.
Right.
But really, it's for the good of the patricians. You know what I mean? Like, all of these forms of government, capitalism included, are designed in such a way that a small group of people can dominate a large group of people, right? That's just how it works. And capitalism is the one that gives the large group of people the better chance to have a better life without getting murdered for their fucking beliefs or actions. Marxism steals your agency. You don't have any personal discretion anymore, right? And part of that is taking away the things that make you you. Your gender, your fucking identity, women as caretakers and empathizers and fucking mothers and shit like that, and men as providers and protectors and fathers. You could take all that shit away, and now all you've got is a fucking bland, kind of fucking like grayish colored person that has no individual identity, and they make really good workers. I think they're called lemmings.
Yep.
You may have heard of that before.
Yeah. That's where we're all headed here. Even people in the chat are like, yeah, the Survivor thing was fucking insane. It's all insane. All of it is fucking insane. And it's not going to end anytime soon. So buckle up, and we'll be here. We'll be here every single fucking day. Do we have a Drinkin Bro in studio? Is he still here? Yeah, bring him on in. Bring him on in. We always encourage you, if you're in town, stop by. You can watch a live show and be a guest on. She doesn't want to be a guest. You still don't want to be a guest. Okay. You can change your mind. We can have two. You know that, right? Okay. Hey, welcome to the show.
Hey, how's it going?
Tell everybody your government name.
David Klein.
There it is. What's up, dude?
Not much.
How are you? You came for the last couple days and hung, dude.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here. How long you been listening to the show?
Since 2017, when I first went overseas.
Fuck yeah. Where are you from originally?
Alabama.
You don't say.
Yep. Middle of nowhere.
Where at in Alabama? Clay?
No, you don't know where it's at.
Okay. You're not going to say the name? You worried people are going to
Walnut
pop
Grove.
up?
There's nobody.
Walnut Grove. Okay.
It's a town of about 700 people.
No shit. All right. So
Yeah.
you'd be easy to find at least.
You'd think so.
Yeah. What do you do in Alabama?
Well, for the last 5 years or so, I've been overseas contractor
Okay.
doing drones.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Killing people.
Yeah.
That's great. You enjoy it?
It's fun.
Okay. All right. No, I get
Something
it,
to
dude.
do.
You got to keep
It's
shit to
interesting.
yourself. Smart. You don't have to expose all your secrets on here. Dan doesn't say shit either. Look, you know the rules. I, by the way, love the Pork of the Sea shirt. Is that the new one?
Yeah.
God damn, dude, that thing is nice. I don't even have that yet. I told you that yesterday. I was like, dude, I don't even have that yet. We have to buy all our own shit. Everybody doesn't believe us until they get here and they're like, I don't get it. And I'm like, no, dude, we have to fucking buy it.
Yeah, everybody thinks that I'm a fanboy for you guys, but the clothes are just high quality.
Dope, yeah, they're just nice
really
clothes.
comfortable.
We try to make nice clothes. And I like that Black Rifle coffee hat, by the way, too. Are
Yeah,
they selling that now? Or is it
I'm not
out?
sure if it's
Because
still-
they switch up products, too.
Yeah, I got it like a year and a half ago. So
Damn,
I
I'm
don't know
a
if it's
fan. Is that a
still
snapback, too?
in. Yeah.
Shit, dog. Maybe we might have to make a little tradesies after this. You know the drill. Who'd you like to give the Drinking Bro of the Week to?
Well, the easy answer is my parents.
Okay.
They've done way with me being overseas and having a kid and everything. I couldn't have done any of it without them. And Levi Chappelle, when I got overseas, he taught me a lot about like ethics and stuff. Mm-hmm. You know, caring about the job while you're there.
Sure.
So yeah, Levi Chappelle as well.
That's awesome. Is he still overseas right now?
No, he stopped a while back, but
Okay.
yeah.
Right
he
on,
also
dude.
got me into the show.
Oh, fuck you. He's more important than I
Yeah,
would say.
yeah.
Probably more important than your parents.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure, for sure.
As long, like your parents didn't tell you to listen to this show, right?
No. No,
Well, Levi
definitely
did.
not.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
All right. So you're the final opinion here on the show. What'd you think of was it La Barbecue? Is that it? Yeah. Okay.
It was really good. Best I've had since I got here.
Fuck off. Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
God, I think I'm the only one. I liked it. It's just I liked Terry Black's a little better, but I'm the only one. who
Well, I
said
haven't
that.
had Terry Blacks yet, so.
Oh, you didn't? You weren't here? 'Cause we
No.
had Terry Black's day before
No,
yesterday.
I was driving that day. I didn't make it.
Oh, got it. Yeah, we had Terry Black's a couple days ago. But I'm now in the minority with this. So congratulations, Delco. You win. All right? Is that what you fucking wanted? Is that what you
I mean,
wanted
I
to
don't
hear
need
me
to
say?
I don't need to hear that I'm right. I don't need any type of like affirmation. I'm fine.
Well, you got it. You got it, okay? So you can go home with that. You can sleep tight with it all goddamn night long underneath a ghost pillow. Well, I appreciate you guys being here. I know you don't want to be on camera, but we love you. We appreciate you coming in. And you pop in. You get to have some dope-ass barbecue, some seltzers. What'd you think of seltzer?
It was really great.
Amazing.
Better,
How many did you
better than
have?
I expected. I just had the one yesterday.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say, any more than that, we're going to have to give you an Uber. We're going to have to give you an Uber out of here. Go to iTunes, rate the show a 5-star, and leave a quick review. Also, go to Spotify, leave the show a 5-star as well. It's all the advertisers care about. We greatly appreciate it, and we greatly appreciate you guys. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for driving in. It's awesome every time you guys show up, and we're super stoked that you guys came in, for real. For D'Anthony Holloway, I'm Ross Patterson. This is Drinkin' Bros Fake News. Good night, everyone.